Hello, my name is Cindy. I am one of the application specialist trainers at CareVoyant, and today we are going to cover how to use our mobile web application. First, you're going to go to the URL provided by your supervisor, and you will sign in using the user ID that you were given. Typically, it's your first name and your last name, first name dot last name, or a combination of parts of your name. You won't have to enter your email on the second line here. That is just an extra step for CareVoyant employees. And then you'll enter your password. If you enter the correct user ID, the company's name will populate here. If you enter a user ID that doesn't exist, you'll get this message that the user ID does not exist. That will tell you that you need to reach out to your supervisor to ensure you are using the correct user ID. If you enter your user ID and your company name populates, and you enter your password and log in, the first time you log in, you will be prompted to enter a one-time passcode. This will go to the email address affiliated with your CareVoyant account. I'm going to go ahead and retrieve my one-time passcode. Okay, you can enter your one-time passcode and then touch the submit button, and that will take you to your CareVoyant home screen. You'll notice the first thing that happens is the data syncs between the device and the server. That simply means it's going to pull down the most up-to-date information since you last logged in to CareVoyant. After the data syncs, you'll get a message letting you know it's done. Just touch that OK, and this is your home screen. We'll go over a few of the functions in your home screen, and we may be covering this in more detail in a later video. The top left is just telling you the name of our software agency. Top right is going to indicate that you are working online, the amount of bars you have, and then you have a hamburger menu. In the hamburger menu, anywhere in CareVoyant where you can access that, you can click home to return to your home screen. About is about the CareVoyant version that you're on. Privacy is a privacy statement from CareVoyant that you are certainly welcome to click on that and read it. The next thing is work offline. We'll cover this in a different video, but essentially you're able to work offline if you are in an area with unreliable internet connection. Sync now goes along with the work offline. Again, we can cover that at a later time if needed. Change password is if you need to change your password. Clear site data functions the same way as clearing your cache does, but it keeps everything needed for CareVoyant. So if you're having any type of a technical issue, I recommend you clear your site data and see if that resolves the issue. Log out is just to log out of the application. Now back to your home screen. It'll say welcome and then your name. At the top, this little I, if you touch that, it will just display your information as an employee. So now we're going to go ahead and take a look at our schedules. I'm going to click into the My Schedules bar, and it's going to open up my schedules for today. I can certainly scroll through my schedules just by scrolling through. You can actually touch on the different days. You can use the arrows, just touch that to go back and forth a week. And you can just slide up and down to go from day to day. Now I'm going to go ahead and go back to today. To get more information about this payment, I just click within that bar and it will pull up any information that has been recorded on that patient. If I need to see information about how to get to that patient's home, I can just touch right here and it will pull up Google Maps and I'll be able to navigate to the patient's home. And now we're going to go ahead and start this visit. I'm going to touch the Start button. CareVoyant is going to create the clinical note. Okay, so the first thing you do when the clinical note opens is you click the Start Visit button. CareVoyant will automatically update to the current date and time under the Start Date and the Start Time fields. So you can see it updated to December the 30th at 6:23 p.m. Now you will simply go from tab to tab and complete your clinical note. The first one is going to be your care plan. Here you're going to indicate, well, you'll have your different care plan categories in blue. And then you'll have the tasks affiliated with that category. And you will indicate whether or not the task was performed. You always have the option of documenting in these text boxes. So for example, let's say that not performed, and you wanted to indicate a different or some information on that. Here, you could click on that text box and you could put, let's say the daughter was present or the sister was present. Okay, and save. The text box will turn orange, and that orange indicates there is additional information in that field. If you mark that something is not performed, you will also need to indicate why it wasn't performed by selecting a reason from the drop-down list. So here I would select not needed. The next section is the mobility. Say performed, not performed, performed, not performed, and performed. As you complete the different tabs in the note, be sure to click this complete button at the bottom to turn the tab green. As you can see, I have validation errors because all tasks need to be answered yes or no, and certain tasks require a reason to be given when answered no. So instead of turning green, it turned red. And now I'll need to go through and mark any of them that I marked not performed. I will need to enter a reason. And then, if applicable, additional information here. So again, this one was not performed. We'll select a reason. And now we'll click complete. And since there were no issues, this tab turned green. The next one is your fall risk questions. For the fall risks, you will need to go through and answer each of the questions. The first one is if there's no new falls or a new fall reported. So let's say a new fall was reported on that shift. Did you report this to CRI? If there was a new fall, that should be yes. And here you have additional fields where you can document anything pertinent. Once again, if you document additional information, this will turn orange. Same for the balance and ambulation. So I didn't report anything because there was no new issue. And okay. And again, that would turn orange. When you're done with this tab, again, make sure you touch that delete, or I'm sorry, not delete. Touch that complete check mark and turn that tab green. The next field is to complete your visit. You will go ahead and touch the end visit box. CareVoyant will update to the current date and time. And it will not take this long in the field for you. When you're done with this tab, again, mark that little complete check mark. Get that patient signature and touch the Get Signature field, and they'll be able to use their finger or a mouse. Confirm. That will capture the date and time they signed. Either way, if they sign or not, you always have this text field to use. When you're done with this tab, touch Complete to turn it green. If everything is green, when you go over to Sign Clinical Note, you'll be able to touch Sign, and you know you're going to be able to sign the note with no issues. Enter your password, touch Continue, and you will get a message saying that the clinical note has successfully been signed. If you have any additional questions, please reach out to your supervisor, and I hope you love this program just as much as I do. Thank you.